Welcome to an introduction to the social business plan. I'm Margaret Brown, and this is a monthly webinar series that we're offering here at socializela.com to help our listeners and our friends to better understand how to develop a profitable social business plan. So let's get started. I want to remind everyone that social is more than media. Social media is a component. Social business is a plan. So as we know, components are very important, but the plan, the vision, the mission is the key to the foundation of what we're trying to accomplish. Your social business plan components are going to include sales, marketing, PR, customer service, lead generation, lead nurturing, email newsletter, social media, blogging, website, your SEO, review sites, and basically anything that can be found online. Not every tool is going to directly affect your business or your industry, but it's basically anything that we have available to us could be included if it makes sense. What's the point of organizing everything? As you know, social media can be done from your pocket. It can be done from your iPad. It doesn't have to be at a desk in a boardroom. It can be on the run. So a lot of us decide to do it just that way. We decide to post whenever we want. And there's nothing wrong with that. Those tools make it so easy for us to capture instant moments and share them with our friends and fans and followers right away. We don't have to wait. But in addition to that, we have a plan. So I do not think that we should all be running around shooting from the hip and posting whenever we feel like it or when we don't feel like it, just neglecting it. We need to have a plan, what's going to work for us and what's going to match the goals that we have in mind. So maybe you want to track how many likes you have or your follows. Maybe you want to keep a top 25 target sales list next to your computer and make sure that you are engaging with those top 25 companies or people weekly or bi-weekly or monthly. All of these are part of a plan. Not everyone's plan is the same. Not everyone's job function is the same. But again, we go back to having the plan for your specific need. The number one basic thing that we all have to hold on to is that we're going to commit to doing this. We're going to commit to not only creating the plan, but sticking to it. We need to figure in a schedule and a budget. Your schedule might mean adding in some time every day or once a week. That might mean delegating it out to an assistant or to a third party. And then budgeting. You might want to use certain software. You might need to do some ad campaigns. So what's in the budget? Or that might mean to hire someone, bring someone on board, either part-time, full-time, or again, use an outsourced company to accomplish all your goals. And then the third thing is to really commit to starting the plan. I mean, even watching this video is part of the foundation, but the bigger thing is actually getting out there and doing it. So why do we spend so much time online? I mean, there are probably hundreds of reasons we could write down, but let's just talk about the big three that we teach here at Socialize LA. Visibility, credibility, and likability. That's a very well-rounded social business plan. A very well-rounded social business plan is going to cover all three. Your visibility is the ability that people have to find you online. If I was looking for ABC company online, could I Google your name and find content about you? Now, it's very easy to build your search engine optimization around the name of your company. So if you went out and Googled socializela.com, you will find articles, social media, websites, blogs, and everything attached to us. On the other side of that, if I want people to find ABC Company just based on some keywords, so let's say ABC Company was a plumbing company, and I wanted to be found when someone said plumbing company in Los Angeles, is ABC Company going to come up then? Your social business plan is going to help build your brand visibility around the keywords that you want to be optimized for. And I'm sorry if I'm using verbiage that may be new to you, so you can write down your questions and email them to me at the end. So I'm going to move quickly through this. Your credibility is, okay, your sales team is out there making cold calls, going to networking events, having meetings. Well, even before a company sees them and agrees to have a meeting with them, they are going to go online and check your company out. Is there anything online that's going to, that they're going to find, and is it going to add to the credibility of your company and your expertise and your experience? So there you go. And then lastly, you have your likability. So sure, let's say that your target client was able to find you when they Googled you, and then they were able to read your blog or see some photos, see some reviews on review sites to say, sure, we can take a meeting with them. They seem like a credible company. Well, were they able to even take it another step further and say, gosh, I really like this company, based on what you're posting? Are you talking about things that you're doing in the community? Are you talking about all your team events or wins or positive quotes? Were they able to like you? This is so possible. Companies can meet you, have never talked to you before, and say, you know what, I really am excited to meet you because I've been following you on Twitter, or I've been connected with you on LinkedIn, and I really like you. And I know because this has happened to me, this has happened to my friends, this has happened to my clients, this is real. And this is a very well-rounded social business plan. I want to quickly talk about, this will speak to those of us who may not feel like we're as up to date as possible, but social business plan is to 2014 as a website was in 1996. So here we were in 1996, and all of a sudden we have this internet. And this internet allowed us to have a homepage. And on the homepage, we could have information about our business, who we were. And I can imagine that many people were very skeptical about this homepage and the internet and privacy. I mean, I can only imagine the things that went through people's minds as a business owner. I was an early adopter of the internet. I had a America Online email address. I was in my teens, but I was very much aware of what was going on. I was building computers, and I was in it. But as a business owner, I can only imagine what went through your mind. And so it's the same thing with all of these social media channels that have come to just flood our web pages and inboxes and our apps and our phones and our TVs. And so we all need to just calm down, and we're all going to start where we are. There's no rush. There is no, it is not a contest. We all do what we need to do. You've been running a successful business for years and decades now, so nothing has changed. This is only going to even improve on what you've already accomplished. So this just goes to show you the first Amazon webpage. They did what they could with what they had, right? They published it. They probably sold some things off of it. And this is the evolution of business. You know that Amazon does not look like this anymore, and now you can buy everything on Amazon.com. You need to be willing to evolve, You need to be dedicated to your business development, to your goals, and to your increased profits. That is it. And you and I, we can all evolve just as the Amazon of the world have. Here are the facts on your visibility, your credibility, and your likability, and just how important those are to being found online, being liked online. Notice under credibility, there's also the word consistency. Too often I go to someone's Facebook page and I see that they haven't posted in 3 weeks or 2 weeks, and not posting isn't for everyone every day. I definitely get that, but it's imperative that you at least have something once a week. Depending on who your business is, some people might think you've gone out of business if they see that. So you don't want it to just die out. You want to make sure you're consistent. Under visibility, you're also going to see online PR, public relations. Social media has just added a component to public relations that cannot be ignored. And I do see some public relations firms that are still really not doing a whole lot with the online spectrum. And I know that they're probably just as, they're cautious getting into it. But it has to be part of your public relations. There's a lot you can do with PR, and that's something that we can talk about offline as well. Under likability, I want to show you where I wrote about be friendly. Just be a friend of the community. It's not always about talking about yourself, but it's about giving back in conversation or in a like or in a kudos and a share. So those are all ways that you can be found friendly in your community. Under credibility, I also want you to look at the second box where it says benefits, and the last bullet is 24/7 access. So a lot of us know that during the week we get really busy, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, like forget it. If you're trying to take a meeting with someone new and they're emailing you, if you're going to do any research on them, it's probably going to be at night when you're just winding down, doing all your internet surfing. And there you go. All your stuff is there 24/7, doesn't matter. Something to think about. As we stated before, that there are a lot of options for you. There are so many channels. Not only are there well-known generic social media channels like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, you as a company might have industry forums that you can be participating in. Those are also social networks. So it might be more important for you to be on your trade forums or other publication forums. And that's something that you will establish in your social business plan, and we'll talk about that. So you might say, oh, I'm a member of NABO. Well, then if there's a NABO forum somewhere or a private group, that might be something that you want to spend time doing, because you want to magnify your in-person networking. You want to take that to the next level. You can stay in front of people all the time if you're connecting with them once a week or a few times a month online. So there are many working parts, but don't let that frustrate you. I love this picture because I feel like it captures some of our frustration as we're doing different things on our laptops, and yeah, really funny. So part of the social business plan is understanding who is your audience. And you might have a target audience for business, target audience for people you'd like to speak in front of, a target audience for nonprofit organizations that you would like to be a part of, and so on and so forth. So I would say let's focus on one for now. So let's talk about your target sales audience. Know your goals with them. So you need to work your way up. So don't say, oh, well, these are the top 25 and my goal is to have them all be my client tomorrow. That's a very good goal, but let's make some steps in there so we can have some milestones. Maybe say every month I'd like to have 5 appointments, or every month I'd like to have 20 appointments, and then you go on from there. you need to interlink some traditional sales methods in with this with these goals and traditional marketing methods. So your online social business plan is not going to take the place of all traditional methods. These are to all be used in combination if you really want it to make it powerful. Because a lot of us, we can hide behind our computers and behind email and behind social media, but sometimes the most powerful thing to do is to make that call or to visit that person or send that letter. Okay? But we need to have a plan. We need to have our steps. What are we going to do? And then we need to make sure that we are checking our progress. How are we doing? Are we sticking with it? Nope, I'm not. I fell off and I have not done it in 3 weeks. Okay, well, then don't be surprised when your numbers are low. So you need to act on that. You need to remember that when you are publishing online, whether it's a email campaign, a newsletter, a YouTube, you are commenting on a Facebook post, do you have a call to action? Are you inviting that person to do something else? If you're posting a comment, probably not. But if you yourself are posting something, a status update, or you're putting out a press release on the newswire, what do you want the reader to do? You need to direct your reader. People who are online have so many distractions. If you do not capture us and then explicitly tell us what to do next, you're going to lose us. So don't do that. You want to make sure that you have a clear call to action and track it. If it's not working, try something else. Always cross-utilize your channels. I love doing this. If you send a email newsletter or a campaign, once a month, I send out a monthly campaign that just talks about what we've been doing, what we're up to, and it just keeps people, they just know what we're doing, okay? They're up to date. Well, I might not get that person to, let's say you're sending it out and you want them to buy a bouquet of flowers. Well, maybe they're not ready to buy from you just yet because they don't know you that well, or they're not ready, or they don't need it. But right underneath the bouquet of flowers, you explicitly say, make sure to like us on Facebook because we give out a free bouquet of flowers every week, something like that. Then you are giving your audience an explicit thing to do that benefits them. And you have now cross-utilized your email and your Facebook, or do that on Twitter or Instagram. Part of your social business plan will help you to create some campaigns that will work for you for your specific goals. Everything you do, keep a consistent brand. So make sure that your profile pictures, your cover photos, everything is branded to your website and your business card so people know who they're doing business with. When implemented, your social business plan is going to give you a ton of benefits. One we talked about earlier, and that was visibility, credibility, and likability. You're going to find increased opportunity, and I can't even tell you the extent of what that opportunity would be. I have people who call me and say, after the advice you gave me, I made a deal that was worth over $50,000 for one contract. I'm working on another one for $20,000. So that was just a piece of advice I gave someone to engage with people, to not just post every day, but to get out there and talk to people. You might get speaking engagements, new business. You just might meet partners or new friends that are you guys have a mutually valuable friendship. Your social business plan, if you incorporate, as the social business plan states, to get your team involved, you will see an increase in employee morale. I had a client say, Margaret, you've done more than just build out our social media. You've made our employees more excited about work and excited to give to this 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 effort to this project, the social media project. So that was really awesome to hear, because I never even had thought about that and up until that point. So it does increase employee morale. You have the ability to build out your community. You have the ability to raise awareness to nonprofits that you believe in, that you want to see succeed. Did we mention opportunity? There's just so many opportunity. I would be a fool to even try to tell you, and I don't want to make any promises either, because I can't tell you that it's going to happen in 10 days or 5 minutes or a year, because it depends on how committed you are to the plan that you've created. But I promise, it's just like networking. You show up to a networking event, and if you just sit in the corner and wait for people to come to you, that is like the least effective way to be there. But if you show up to the networking event and you yourself go out and you talk to people, that is the same way you should interact online. Don't expect people to come to your Facebook page or retweet you. You need to get out there, make friends, and then they in turn will see you as friendly, and they will do the same thing. And that is relationship building. In those same efforts, you will increase your following. I want to right now sound the alarm, raise the red flags. Do not buy Twitter followers. Do not buy Instagram followers. Do not buy Facebook likes. Whenever it is an option to say, oh, let's buy 5,000 likes, let's buy 5,000 Twitter followers, it is a scam. It is a waste of money. You want to build your following organically. You want it to be people who are interested in your product. Now, there's always going to be some weird account that, likes you or follows you, and it's, inappropriate, and you can just simply block them. But don't go out and buy into that. You just concentrate on being genuine and reaching out and engaging. Top photo you see here is just a mess. Any of our desks ever look like that? It's just disorganized, and a lot of my clients come to me and they say, this is my Facebook page, this is my LinkedIn page, and it's a mess. I hear it every single day. And when I saw this image, I said, this really captures that. So if this is you, I want you to take a good look at that. But then I want you to look down below. You incorporate your social business plan, a commitment, a plan, and then execution, and I promise you will feel so much more organized. You'll have those analytics at the end of the month. You'll have branding, clear branding on all of your social media. You'll have a consistent presence on all of your channels. You're probably thinking, this is great, Margaret. I want to make new friends. I want to engage with my community. I want people to like me. But honestly, I need to know what this is going to do for my bottom line, because you even talked about creating a budget. So now you're even talking about, this is going to not only cost me time, it's going to cost me finance. So am I generating leads through my online presence? You need to ask yourself that. And a lot of people I talk to who are shooting from the hip are not. They are not generating leads through their online presence. And that is the one question you need to ask yourself. So that is red flag number one, that yes, you need some type of a plan. Do I have systems in place to know that if I am? So do you even know if a lead is coming to you through a Twitter post or through your blog or through your website, through organic search? And then lastly, am I shooting from the hip? If number one doesn't say, if you can't say yes to number one, then chances are that you need some revamping and some tweaking in what you're doing. And this right here is a self-assessment. It's just the very top portion to get you started. And I can actually email this to you, so if you need it, you can connect with us, connect@socializela.com, and I'll send you the link. But basically, it's a checklist of items that you should have set up and moving. So do you have a logo, tagline, website, a blog, directory listings? Your directory listings are what you see on Yelp, on Super Pages, on City Search. All of those are places, they're like the what the Yellow Pages used to be in paper, but now it's all online. And so you want to have a presence on all of those sites. I want to thank you for joining us and just trusting us in being your social business partner. If you do need more help, you can always connect with us, and that would be at connect@socializela.com. But taking it a step further, if you need assistance in building out your social business plan, we can help. If you don't want to manage your social media, we can help. We can actually become your social media department. And lastly, to build out your social business plan, we can do that here in-house, and we can do it one-on-one. But if you're looking at something like you'd like to do it completely on your own, in September we are launching socialbschool.com, and we will have 3 different classes. You'll have a self-guided, a group-guided class, and then a one-on-one option. And we will work through the social business plan, so you will know what your next steps are. I want to thank you again, and just remember, start where you are, and please feel free to ask us questions. Thank you. Bye-bye.